and it makes this big arch, and it goes down this way, and it's going to go all the way down to your abdomen until you reach your hips. And we're going to do that on the chart. So when we get to the chart later on today, I'll show you everything down there. For the next ones, the right coronary, we're going to dealing with this model to begin with. The right coronary is under the right atrium. And then the right marginal goes down the right side. The posterior interventricular is on the back, and it's this one that goes between the ventricles on the back. For now, all the arteries will be red. When we get to the pulmonary arteries, it'll be different, but for right now, all the arteries are red. So we have the right coronary, right marginal, posterior interventricular. On the left side is the left coronary. It's very short. It's just this little stump right here. And then when it goes under that blue vein, it becomes the circumflex artery. So we have the left coronary, circumflex, and then the left marginal going down the left side. The anterior interventricular is this one in the front. So right coronary, right marginal, posterior interventricular, left coronary, circumflex, left marginal, anterior interventricular. The little pink part that we saw yesterday is exactly the same as this. This one, I might do the right coronary, or the anterior interventricular, or the left coronary, or the circumflex. I won't do the marginals because there's these big hinges on top of them. So, and the posterior interventricular, you have to take the model apart, so I won't do that either. Okay, now back to the aorta. You see there are three branches. This one, and then this one which peeks out up here. This first branch that goes from here to here is called the brachiocephalic trunk. So this right here, number 9, is the brachiocephalic trunk. That splits into the right common carotid artery and the right subclavian artery. So this, the common carotid goes up to your neck, and if you touch your right, that's what you can feel. You're feeling your right common carotid. The subclavian goes under your clavicle, your collarbone, and then out towards your arm. The second branch is the left common carotid, so the one that goes straight up your neck on the left side. And then this third branch is the left subclavian. And once we're on the common carotids and the subclavians, you're the same on both sides. It's only the brachiocephalic that's on the right side. Okay, now if we follow the common carotids, we go to this model, and there would be one on the right. This model doesn't have one on the right, but there would be one on the right also. But this would be the left common carotid. It splits into the external carotid, which goes along the outside of your head, and then the internal carotid, which goes into your skull. So common carotid, external carotid, internal carotid going in. This little guy right here is the vertebral artery, and that's going to go in through the foramen magnum of the skull and form this that looks like railroad tracks, which is the basilar artery. So the train tracks is the basilar artery. Okay, now the basilar artery makes this circle. And use your imagination for a second. If you see like a little guy or a bug or something, and he has antenna here, and arms and legs, and then the circle is his body. His antenna are the anterior cerebral. His arms are the middle cerebral. And then the legs are the posterior cerebral. The front of his body is the anterior communicating artery. And then the posterior communicating would be the back of his body. Did everybody get that? Okay. So done with that. Okay. Now the vertebral on this model, flip it around, number 21, the little skinny ones. The little red skinny ones on the back of the common carotids are the vertebral arteries. The thyroid, oh, the little skinny ones on the back of the common carotids are the vertebral arteries.
So this is a common carotid. This is the intra.
And it's number 21. These little nubs are the thyrocervical arteries. Do they have numbers? 14, number 14 for the thyrocervical. Okay, so as the subclavians go out under the clavicle, so out from under your collarbone, they change their name. So as soon as they peek out from under your collarbone, they become the axillary artery. Coming off of the axillary artery is another branch that will be right here. It's not on this model. It'll only be on the charts, the diagrams in your book, or APR. And it's called the subscapular. So it goes right by your scapula. As the axillary artery goes into the arm, right where it's on the bone there, do you see that big red thing on the bone? That's the brachial artery. Sorry. That's the brachial artery. The radial artery on the radius. The ulnar artery on the ulnar. And then the palmar artery on the palm of your hand. So it's this whole network of arteries on the palm. Okay, so now we're going to look at this model. This is your stomach. So we're working from here, from the celiac trunk. You can see the aorta right here. And right here is the celiac trunk, this little stone. So that's the celiac trunk. The left gastric artery is this one. It's a piece of tape. So the model is broken, but this is representing the left gastric artery. The splenic artery on the back goes off to the left. So it's the big one. Is the splenic. Okay, the left gastroepiploic is this one on the outside. So that's the left gastroepiploic. Common hepatic is this one off to the right. The right gastric is this little guy. So it makes a circle with the left gastric. So left gastric here, right gastric over here, and they loop around together. The gastroduodenal is that one. So it kind of hooks under the gastroduodenal.
And then I went to sleep.
And then the right gastroepiploic is over here.
I don't even know who my kid is. Why would he say I'm with him? Okay, so the right.
So, to recap, aorta, celiac trunk, the gastric arteries make this circle, left gastric, right gastric over here. The splenic on the back going to the left. Common hepatic going to the right. The gastroepiploic, the left one, and the right one. And then the gastroduodenal, the little one making a hook. Okay, now that is it for the models. The rest of the stuff is going to